Hi, I'm Andrea Strange with the Warren County Stormwater Management Office. Thank you for joining us today for the Municipal Separate Storm Sewer System Cooperative Committee. The MS4CC is a partnership between local MS4s and our partner stakeholder organizations. Today you'll hear from Warren County Stormwater, WKU Center for Human Geoenvironmental Studies, the Kentucky Transportation Cabinet District 3, and the City of Bowling Green. Our permit requires MS4s to address the following 6 minimum control measures: public education and outreach, public involvement and participation, illicit discharge detection and elimination, construction site runoff control, post-construction stormwater management, pollution prevention, and good housekeeping. One of the ways that we address the public outreach and education portion of our program is by working in classrooms with elementary and middle school students. We talk about erosion and non-point source pollution and have a variety of activities that we do with the students. If you're interested, you can contact me at the email address on your screen, and I would be happy to come visit your students. We also have Environmental Field Day, which is a program where we actually take students out to the stream and let them experience our natural resources. We do that with Bowling Green Junior High School, Jody Richards Elementary, and this year we're going to add St. Joseph. Coming up next month, we're going to have our Household Hazardous Waste Day. It's April 27th from 8 a.m. to 1 p.m. at Greenwood High School. We're collecting a variety of household chemicals, oil, paint, light bulbs, and we'll also have Land Shark there to shred your personal documents. We have a variety of community partnerships that allow us to meet our public education and public involvement requirements. A few of those are the City of Bowling Green, the Kentucky Transportation Cabinet, Operation Pride, Western Kentucky University, the Builders and Realtors Associations, Crime Stoppers, General Motors, Upper Green River Watershed Wash, and Lost River Cave. In 2018, over 600 students participated in our classroom and in the field programs, and over 5,000 citizens participated in our special events. We also responded to over 200 requests from citizens for assistance. Anytime you have questions about anything going on with our stormwater program or Warren County in general, you can check out warrencountyky.gov. Another part of our program is the construction site runoff control program. We actually have an inspector, and a big part of his job is to go out and make sure that our contractors are keeping our streets and our streams clean. So far in 2019, we've had 129 building permit applications reviewed, 66 construction site inspections have been completed, and we continue to offer, along with the City of Bowling Green, erosion prevention and sediment control training. Post-construction stormwater management ensures water quality standards are met after a project is completed. Some post-construction things you might be used to seeing in Bowling Green and Warren County include retention and detention basins, so you'll see those all over the place here. Sites with post-construction operation and maintenance agreements are required to complete an annual report and submit it to our office for review. You can do that by mail. Mail it to 1141 State Street, Bowling Green, Kentucky, or you can email it to us at the email that's on your screen. We do have a stormwater management crew that helps address drainage and pollution concerns in Warren County outside the city limits. They look at sinkhole collapse and drainage issues. We are required to work in a right-of-way or a drainage easement. If you have any concerns that we can help you with, you can give us a call, and we'd be happy to come give it a look. Our exciting new offering for 2019 is our septic to sewer program. It's going to be available to residents within 200 feet of existing sewer lines. So if you have a if you have a septic issue and you think it's kind of time to maybe replace your septic system, we have this option instead where you can actually connect to the existing sewer and eliminate the need for a septic tank altogether. It's great to prevent pollution. It's also great to allow more building area on your property, which can increase property values. If you're interested in more information about this program, you can contact the Warren County Water District at 842-0052. This year, Jack, our long-time leader, is actually retiring and leaving us. He's done a lot of great things for Warren County, and we just want to take a moment to appreciate him and everything that he's done for our county. All right, so if you have any questions for Warren County Stormwater, anything that we can do to help you out, just please give us a call. It's 843-5363. Or again, you can reach us at warrencountyky.gov. Next up is Dr. Jason Polk with WKU's Changes.
Thank you. I'm happy to continue on the presentation with what WKU Changes has been working on for the last period here for the stormwater management activities. I'll start out with just a list of some of the things we've been working continuously on our under BGKY outreach program, which is part of our ongoing real-time monitoring and outreach and education project with the city and county. We've also been able to support Watershed Watch, the Upper Green River and Lower Green through our hydroanalytical lab changes to be able to work at doing projects related to the water quality analysis for that portion of Upper Green and Lower Green Watershed Watch. We've also done a variety of different projects related with City Public Works, both looking at real-time water sampling and monitoring, as well as having internships for students through that program. Successfully now 4 students through that in this last period, with 1 currently still there now. And through our main under BGKY project, if you visit the website, you'll see there's lots of information, infographics, various different details on facts about groundwater, karst landscapes, water quality, water quantity here, as well as links to the real-time sites. And what we did in this last period was we actually were able to upgrade and add 2 new real-time locations. You can see there's one now just downstream of the I-65 bridge on the Barron River that you may come across if you're ever out and about that way. And if you do, the monitoring site is up and running and transmitting real-time data every 10 minutes back to the website. So you're actually able to go there and check the conditions and get basic water quality and geochemistry as well as water levels. We also put one at Carverwell Cave across from the mall, just down Scottsville Road. It's another site that transmits data real time and gives us indications of some groundwater in that area in the basin. We also continued our injection well monitoring program, doing water levels at 30-plus wells and sites and locations here, mostly in the downtown Bowling Green Basin, looking at different types of events related to flooding and different issues there, and working on a model for that to help improve how to look at stormwater flooding. We've also continued our weekly water quality monitoring at 10 sites within Bowling Green, and we're working on developing some different data sets from that to hopefully help inform us for future monitoring sites for real-time water quality monitoring throughout the city and other areas within the watersheds around here in our region. And the last thing I'll touch on is just that the WKU Water Professional Student Group is now up and active and running through WKU. It's open to students, but also to any professionals in the community related to anything in the water industry. So if you're interested in that group and would like to come out and be a part of it or do a presentation or network with the students or the soon-to-be graduates from that program who will be looking for employment, also interested in water in the area. Next monthly meeting is going to be March 19th at 3:30 p.m. in the Environmental Science and Technology, or EST building up on campus in room 349, and it's open to anyone who's interested in coming out. And the last thing I'll leave you with is the website again, under bgky.org, and contact information if anybody has any questions or needs anything else from the WKU side of all these projects. Feel free to reach out. We'll be happy to answer your questions or try to direct you in the right path. And I will switch now and hand this over to Gavin Hodges with Kentucky Transportation Cabinet.
Hello, my name is Gavin Hodges, and I'm with the Kentucky Transportation Cabinet as the MS4 coordinator. One thing that's pretty consistent is that we have our partnering conference in the fall of this year that happens every year, and then we also have our maintenance environmental coordinators meeting, and that will also be in the summer of this year. We had it last year with all the maintenance barns in every county, and just went over our BMP plans and other things. Another way that we do education and outreach are we do the surveys and the TV and radio ads. That's something that you see very often there. And then our other public involvement is the Adopt a Highway program, and Beverly England is our district Adopt a Highway coordinator. So if you have any questions, you can contact her. But just something that has grown since last fall is so far now there are 76 groups that help with our Adopt a Highway program. 478 people have volunteered. They have cleaned up 109.6 miles of roadway. They've collected 501 bags of trash, and they have put in 141 hours. Something that's changed is this year, the spring cleanings instead will be a week, or the spring, summer, and fall cleanings will be a week instead of a day. There's a map to show your Adopt a Highway programs, and you can find all this, or roads that we clean, but you can find this map on our website. Another way that we do outreach is that we go to the elementary schools and we do activities with them. Last year in October, we went to Highsville Elementary, which is in Barron County, and we did an Enviroscape with 3rd, 4th, and 6th graders. And then our detention and elimination activities, the maintenance crews do a good job of going out and looking and checking our roads and making sure that there's not anything that we need to fix or address. And so far last year, none were reported. And then our construction site storm water, tongue-tied here, site storm water runoff control, as we have best management practices or BMP plans for each construction project. Not all of them have post-BMP plans. The ones that do are mainly on your interstates and highways. But in order to reach that is we train our construction inspectors every year. So something that has grown or something that we are really working on is getting more trainings for our employees. And so far in 2019, the environmental awareness, there have been 18 people trained in our district. Drainage awareness is 30 people. Our pesticide training, there are 46 people. The erosion prevention is 15 people, and then snow and ice are 16 people, and that's just so far for 2019. Now, post-construction, we do not have a lot of those. Most of them are in Warren County because they are along the interstates. None have been developed this year, none were developed last year, just because since the interstate project, there has not been that big of a project been developed. We might have some in the future, but as of right now, those were our last ones. Some good housekeeping activities are we train, and like I've kind of already mentioned, we train all of our employees, and then we also go to the barns or maintenance facilities and train them, make sure their BMP plans are up to date, make sure they are keeping up with all the necessary water sampling and other things. Our BMP plans have changed a little, and we're working on that because we have to get a picture of the lot. Our Logan County barn had a salt dome that was completed last year, so it's completely done. But Monroe, Barron, and Warren County have a salt dome in the future. Barron County had a project come through that took a lot of their maintenance lots, so that one they not only have to get a new salt dome, but they also are going to have to redo their detention pond, and so is Simpson County, just because that's something that needs to be addressed, and they are going to hopefully start on that this spring. So another way that we can train our staff on the BMP plans are we have quarterly inspections, annual inspections, and then we have our training every year. The Bowling Green Maintenance Facility had 44 BMP plans in place for 2019. This is a picture of our maintenance facility on Three Springs Road and our detention pond. That is an aerial photo of our BMP plan. Warren County's has not changed in several years. And our construction projects that are going on in Warren County we are adding a turning lane at Warren East, and right now they are currently purchasing right-of-way for that. Utilities are being relocated, and that has a summer 2019 letting date. Another project is Nashville Road from Dillard Road, or on Dillard Road, and utilities are also being located, and that one has relocated, sorry. That one has a 2020 letting date, so that one is not till next year. We are also working on widening Scottsville Road. Utilities are also being relocated on that one, and that one has a 2020 letting date. Morgantown Road and the interchange, that also has a 2020 letting date. And some things that are just in design right now that don't necessarily have a letting date, but they are in the works, are, we have spot improvements on Kentucky 185, though that one is still in design. We have Three Springs Road from Fleeland to the Natural Parkway. That one also is still in design. 31W from University Boulevard to Campbell Lane, that is getting widening, and that one is also in design. We have a safety project that is on 68 and 80, that one is in design. Three Springs Road from Natural Parkway to Long Road, that one is on hold. That one was kind of the extension of the Three Springs Road from Fleeland to Natcher, but that section of it is on hold right now. And then 31W, a section of that is also on hold. The Warren County Highway Project map, that is also on our website. If you go to KYTC, and then there's a button at the top that says maps, and you can click down and it's active highway plan map. There's lots of maps on there that you can look at, but this is a great resource to look at if you're wondering where in the county the projects are. If you have any questions, you can call me at 270-746-7898. Thank you. And next, we have Matt Powell from the City of Bowling Green.
Good afternoon and welcome. I'm Matt Powell with the City of Bowling Green Stormwater Program. I'd like to present just a few slides that give a brief update of what we've accomplished over the course of the last 6 months and the things that we're looking to accomplish over the course of the coming months. We won't need to jump too far into the control measures. I'm sure all of you all are familiar with all 6 very well at this point. For minimum control measure number 1, a few of the notable events over the course of the last 6 months are that in conjunction with Warren County and several other partners, we completed our Streamside Field Days program with Bowling Green Junior High School with a total of about 300 kids there. That's a fantastic program that's been supported by some local industry through the issuance of grants over the last couple of years. It looks like that may continue on into the future, so for everybody that contributes to that program, we are sincerely thankful to all of you. We also had the Harvest Festival at Circus Square Park. We continue to distribute Keep It Clean Bowling Green advertisements and promotional items in an attempt to drive everyone to our 2 websites. The first being www.bgky.org/stormwater, and the other one's a little easier to remember, under bgky.org, that we operate in conjunction with Western Kentucky University. The first is the place to go if you've got questions about how to comply with our rules. The second is the place to go if you've got questions about how stormwater works here in our community. Moving forward, of course, we have the social media outreach program. We are becoming much more active on Facebook and what are the other 2? Twitter, and then there's another one. Obviously, I'm not doing that myself. Thank you, Instagram. Obviously, I'm not doing those myself, but they tell me they're wonderfully working, and we're reaching a lot of folks that way, and we're glad to do that. We want to try to get this information out there. And then, of course, we participated in the open house in December. These couple of photos here, the Harvest Festival at Circus Square Park, there were multiple agencies that participated in this event. We thought it was a fantastic success, and it's going to lead into a series of 4 new events in 2019. That are based on this similar concept. For the public education and involvement, part of our program, of course, we participated with Household Hazardous Waste Day. We try to share costs for that and help with logistics for that event. We are, of course, continuing our participation with the Upper Green River Watershed Watch, both serving on that board and participating in the sampling. We did launch a bit of a new program this year. The City of Bowling Green has been working with University of Kentucky Agricultural Extension agents on how we can better align the things that the cities are required to do with what the agents are doing so that we can both achieve some credit for some things that we're already doing, some minor modifications that are going to allow us to achieve some great gains, largely from a bureaucratic and paperwork perspective, but also from a real-world input into our program's perspective. So contact us for details on scheduling a cleanup for your organization, and anything that you can think of that we may be able to help you with regard to getting out into your community and helping to contribute in a positive way to cleaner stormwater runoff. Here's a photograph we took at the Household Hazardous Waste Day. Let's hope that the weather continues to be that gorgeous for us as we head out again this year to do that once more. Of course, with illicit discharge detection and elimination, that Household Hazardous Waste Day is a big contributor to our ability to remove some things from the waste stream that might otherwise be disposed of in an illicit manner, or an illegal manner, as we should say. We're proud to continue to participate in that. Over the course of the last 6 months, we've done 20 illicit discharge detection and elimination investigations. We've sampled 18 locations with our ambient water quality monitoring program. That's how we understand what the water quality of Bowling Green should look like, so that we can recognize any changes and address any needs. We are working very diligently with some other agencies and through the use of social media, sending out postcards and direct phone calls to address an issue that we're having with grass clippings being blown into the road. If you live in an area that has curb and gutter, and so you've got a series of pipes that are draining all the stormwater that flows away from your neighborhood away, that grass can cause some issues with clogging up those storm sewers. It can cause some issues in the receiving streams. All that grass is going to wind up either in the cave stream or it's going to wind up in the Barren River. And once it's in there, it's going to contribute to some water pollution issues as it decays. So we'd like to see you make sure that that grass stays on your lawn behind the curb. Make sure you get that blown back up. There is an ordinance against that sort of thing. The first offense is $1,000. We are desperately hoping to get compliance from everyone without having to resort to that, but we will use the fining mechanism if we have to. It's also been brought to our attention that concurrent to us having an issue with the stormwater quality with the grass being in the street, motorcyclists have a tremendously difficult time navigating where that stuff's been built up. And finally, Mr. Polk, or Dr. Polk mentioned our real-time water quality monitoring stations. That's a partnership between the city and the university, and we are looking forward to continuing that effort into the coming years. There's a photograph of what we're talking about. That's a curb and gutter street, which means that that's going to be served via a system of pipes. All of that grass is going to wash down the next rain event, enter those pipes. We're seeing tremendous issues with clogging, and we're seeing tremendous issues with some of the pollution that comes from that. So in that circumstance, if you find that that's your yard, blow that stuff back up on the other side of the curb and let it decay there in the grass like it should. For construction site stormwater control, we also, like Andrea was talking about earlier, have an inspection program. And we have a training program. So far, since the very inception of our program, we've certified 735 contractors. Thus far this year with the permit reviews, we've done 72 commercial permit reviews, another 166 other varieties, and we've done 162 inspections of various construction sites around our community. Also, late last fall, we had our EPSC contractor recertification event. We had about 75 or 80 contractors show up for that. Those folks are all going to be recertified for an additional 3 years, that they have an understanding of our program and understand how it is that they are expected to comply. For our post-construction stormwater management, now this is addressing those areas of development and redevelopment that disturbed greater than an acre and added more than 10,000 square feet of impervious surfaces. Those areas are required to provide stormwater quality treatment from that development or redevelopment point forward. And this requires the installation of particular devices that are going to help to clean up that stormwater. So we continue to enforce that ordinance. We've had 47 projects come through over the course of the last 6 months that are subject to this rule. We've just recently sent out some reminder announcements over the course of December to all those folks that have those BMPs in the ground, or those water treatment units, that you are to send in a report and let us know how that thing's doing. We need to make sure annually on February, at the last day of February, that you've had a look at it, that it is functioning properly, or that if it's needed maintenance, that it's received that maintenance. Those are post-due. Those are already late, but if you haven't gotten one to us, we'd still love to get it from you. There's not a penalty for being late right now. If you have any questions about that rule, of course, our BMP manual's on our website, and we've accomplished 30 inspections over the course of the last 6 months in that particular area of the program. Now, this photograph is a photograph of our staff servicing a water quality unit that was installed by a private developer, would have been back in 2008 or so, but that's a vac truck removing the accumulated, what we call floatables, which is basically litter and debris from that water quality unit, make sure that we get it out of that flow of stormwater so that it can't reach the caves or the river. And finally, our pollution prevention, good housekeeping. This is our municipal operations. This is where we catalog that we do the things that we ask all of you all to do. For us, we do some street sweeping, leaf collection, and then we did accomplish some department-wide training over the course of December. That would have been nearly 50 folks. Pretty standard fare for us. This generally repeats every 6 months. We were kind of proud of our fleet department. Our fleet department did experience an unexpected release of some petroleum products. They were able to respond to that quickly. They were deployed booms to make sure that it didn't spread, deployed pads to make sure that it got cleaned up appropriately, and all those things were disposed of in the right manner. So we'd like to give a little shout out to our fleet department. They actually encountered an issue that's subject to this rule, and they handled it well. We're proud of them. Some upcoming events, the 17th and 18th of May will be our next Watershed Watch sampling. May the 2nd and 3rd, we'll be participating in that Streamside Field Days again with all of our partners. 27th of April is the Household Hazardous Waste Day. We'd be tickled to death to see you out there. The 13th of April is our Arbor Day celebration. Please swing by and see us there at the park, and I'm sure we'll have free trees for giveaway again for that. Like we mentioned before, water quality inspections are due. Actually, they're past due, but we'd still love to get them from you. There's some phone numbers there. For more information, you can call 393-3099 or visit our website. And there's one final announcement we'd like to make. For those of you that are in the construction industry and that are subject to KYR10, which is the general permit for construction issued by the Kentucky Division of Water for all projects greater than 1 acre. That permit does expire this November. And as a part of that expiration and reissuance process, there's going to be an opportunity for everybody affected by that permit in the construction industry, no matter who you are or where you are, to participate in public comment. So definitely start to keep an eye out now. Definitely start to reach out to your legislators. If you're impacted by that permit and you do not feel that it's being implemented into the best way that it could be, this is your opportunity, which comes once every 5 years, to participate in that process. And with that, I'll close and open the floor up to any questions. Nothing from anybody? All right, thank you all so very much for being here. We're looking forward to another 6 months of progress, and we'll see you back here in about that time.